Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I am co-hosting with my original collaboration group. I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. But first of all, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and this is my Oliver, and we are so happy you stopped by. And if you're returning, you know we love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm going to use my Waverly antique wax. I'm going to use this decal from my Cricut. I'm going to use some of this wall self-adhesive tile from Dollar Tree. And then this is a 12 by 12 wood canvas from Hobby Lobby. I start off by painting that wood canvas with my antique wax. I just brush it on and then wipe off the extra. I didn't do the middle, I just did the sides and the back. And then I took the adhesive part of this self-adhesive wall tile off of it. And then I am just trimming it down to fit inside of my wood canvas here. And once I have it all trimmed down to where it fits, I took my E6000 here and I am just going over all those little raised areas you see. And I am leaving some spots for my hot glue, but I am just kind of going over because I want this to have the permanent hold, and then I'm just going to do some hot glue around the edges for the immediate hold. And then I'm just going to stick it right into my canvas. And then after I have that all in there nice and snug and tight, I'm going to take my decal here and I'm going to lay it. Now, when I laid it, I had it a little bit too far to the right. I tried to pick it up to move it, but it was stuck and I wasn't going to risk ripping everything. So I just left it the way it was. And here I'm just removing my transfer sheet. I did really have to work at holding everything down as I removed that transfer sheet. And it's just because of the different edges and stuff on that wall tile. I had to just kind of really work to get the vinyl to lay in those crevices and stuff. And plus I was using a brand new piece of transfer tape. So yeah, I had to work it a little bit, but I finally got it on there. And then after I have it all done, this is a super, super easy project. I took some of this braided jute cord that I get from Amazon, and I'm just going to go all the way around my frame, partly because I cut my tile piece just a smidge too small and you could see the edge, and I didn't want to do that. But you guys, if you've been with me for a while, you know I love to edge things out with this cord, and I do it all the time. And it just, for me, I feel like it gives it just a little something extra. So I'm just going to go all the way around. And then once I was done, I took some more of that cord. I tied knots on the ends, and I am just using my stapler to staple that in to make a hanger. And I'm just making sure that I'm staying on the edge of the frame so it doesn't go all the way through the inside part. And there it is, super, super easy, but I really love it. I think it's just so unique. You have to let me know what you think about it as well. Okay, so today is Everyday Home Decor. This is my original collaboration group that Krista, who's the host, started 2 years ago, I believe it was. And so her channel is Krista's Crafty Life. And I get to co-host this month, and we have a group of wonderful ladies. So make sure you check out all their videos, check out Krista's channel. I will have links to all of those in my description box below. Okay, here's DIY number 2. I'm going to start off with using my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink and then the antique wax. I'm going to use these tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use some of these burlap flowers from Dollar Tree, and then this came off of a Dollar Tree sign that I had used previously, and then this wood house from Dollar Tree, and then this house from Dollar Tree. So I removed the hanger from the black house, and then I took this little home sign and I'm just kind of marking the top and bottom part of this word so I know where to put my painter's tape. And then I'm just gonna lay the painter's tape right at that top line and then another one at that bottom line. And once I have this taped off, then I'm going to paint the middle. Now this DIY, you guys, this was my last DIY that I came out with. As you can see, I'm painting the middle black and then the rest of it with the antique wax. I wasn't sure about this. This was one of those things that I don't know if this is going to look okay, but after I made it, I loved it. I was just like, I really love the way this turned out. Anyways, you have to let me know what you think if you like it too. But I'm going to put some wood glue all around the middle part of that house. And then I'm going to just go around the edge with my hot glue like you see. And I'm going to attach this to the black house. And after it is attached, I am going to take that home sign. I did paint the home sign with my Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster. I gave it 2 coats. And then I'm just using E6000 here. I'm going along the words on the back, and then I'm just going to go around some of the words on the edge with my hot glue. And then that's just for the immediate holds until the E6000 sets in. So I'm just going to lay it right there in the middle of that black part, and then I'm just going to lay these flowers out just kind of where I think I want them. And I'm just kind of playing around here trying to decide how I want them. A lot of times when I am doing stuff like this, I just kind of play around with things until I figure out what I want to do. And I wanted to do something a little different with these flowers, but then I just had, let's just say, I just had a hard time kind of deciding what I wanted to do. So I ended up doing this instead, and I just really, really love the way this came out. So once I had the flowers where I knew I liked them, I just started using my hot glue, and I'm just going around with my hot glue and just attaching my flowers where I have them laid. And once I have them all done, I think I might show you one more here. I don't know. The bottom one there, I was thinking of trying to cover the holes because there's the 2 holes on the home sign, but I wasn't sure if I really liked the way it was covering it up or not. So I decided not to. And instead, you'll see at the end, I just put some bows over it like I normally do. After I had those flowers all hot glued on there, I am just taking the tumbling tower blocks, adding a little bit of wood glue and hot glue, and adding them to the back of my sign. Now, I know most of the time I will attach the blocks together to make one big block and then attach it, but like I said, this was my last one. I was tired and I needed to get this done because I was running a little bit behind with this video, and I wanted to make sure I got it all up and loaded tonight, which is the night before you see it. And so I just, instead of wasting the time, I just hot glued them like you saw, or glued them to the back like you saw. Then I took some of this twine from Dollar Tree, and I'm just making 2 small little bows with it. And I'm just going to put them on the home sign to just kind of cover up those little holes that were on that home sign. And that, I believe, is there something else I do? Oh, no, I do something else. I liked that twine on there so much that I decided to take some more of the twine and just outline the top and the sides of this house with that twine. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just putting a little bit of hot glue along the roof of my house, and then I am just going to lay my twine right on top of the hot glue. And I'm using my finger protector there to help me smush it in. It was kind of hard because the twine kept trying to roll off, so I kept having to put it in place. So yeah, I used my fingers more than I did with the finger with the protector there. But you know, I think my fingers are getting used to being burned because it just doesn't even faze me anymore. But anyways, so I'm just gonna go all the way down this side, and then I do the other side, and then that's all there was for this one. And like I said, I really love the way this came out. It is just, I think it's adorable and just very unique. So yeah, well, let me know what you think about this one in the comment box below. Okay, I want to take this moment to thank all my wonderful subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. And if you're new here and you enjoyed today's video, please hit that subscribe button before you go. It doesn't cost you anything and it means the world to me. And then make sure you guys give me that thumbs up, comment, and watch those ads to help support my channel. And then if you'd like to follow me on social media, you can find the links to all my social media accounts as well as the accounts I'm affiliated with in my description box below. Okay, so here is DIY number 3. So for this DIY, I'm going to take these seed starter pots you get from Dollar Tree. I'm going to take some of this daisy burlap. I just love that burlap from Dollar Tree. These daisies I actually got from Hobby Lobby. They're a little smaller than the Dollar Tree ones, and that's what I was looking for. And then this hanging sign from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off by taking my burlap here, and I'm just going to kind of lay it out to see the size that I want to cover each one of those squares. And then I am going to cut it down just like you see. And once I have this one all cut out, then I'm going to cut out 3 more pieces. I'm not going to make you watch me cut all 3 pieces. Yeah, because that would be boring. And then after I had them cut out and down to size, I'm just taking the little strands and just pulling a few of them. That way you have that, not ruffled, but ragged effect, I guess. Okay, so I'm taking my tacky glue here and I am just going to just lather it all over the sign here like you see. And I'm going to use a paintbrush to just kind of smear it all over my sign. And probably the thicker you have it, the better, because burlap sometimes takes a little bit to hold onto glue. But I was amazed actually how well this tacky glue held that burlap. I honestly was very pleasantly surprised. So, so here I'm just going to lay it out and just kind of smooth it all out, and it stuck really well. There was a couple spots like on the edge where I don't think I had a very thick amount of the glue, so I just kind of went over it again with my paintbrush and with some more glue, and then it stayed really well. And you see there, I'm just going to dab on a little bit more glue, brush it, and then put that over it, and then it stuck really well. I did that to all 3 of those squares, and then I took my pots here, and I'm just going to cut them in half. One of those was already cut in half, so I'm just actually only using one more, so I have 3 halves. And then I take my Waverly chalk paint in the color Maize, and I'm just going to do a heavy dry brushing of the maize all over it. And yeah, I don't know. I guess I was just really liking the yellow this day. But you probably wouldn't really need to do this because even that brown color still would match this whole project because of the burlap. So once I had all 3 of them done, I even did the bottom parts as you see there because, you know, when you have it hanging, a lot of times people will see the bottom. So I wanted to make sure that was covered too. So I'm just going to get all of these just covered very nicely with my dry brushing here. And then after that was done and they were dry, which really doesn't take much because you're just doing a dry brushing, I took my hot glue here and I'm just going to hot glue each one of them to each one of those squares, just like you see me doing right there. Now after I started doing the hot glue, I thought, oh, I should have put some like E6000 and hot glue on it, but I think it's still going to work out just fine. I am going to finish up here, and like I said, you guys, every time I see that daisy burlap, I just love it. It makes me happy. But as you can see, that middle burlap isn't quite the same size. It's a little crooked, but you know, that's okay because it's everyday farmhouse, but it's kind of, I mean, everyday home decor, but it's kind of farmhouse. I tried not to make this stuff very farmhousey, but you know, I love it and it's hard not to. So I also took that maize. I took 12 half beads and I stuck them on my painter's tape and I am just going over each one of them with my paint. Now, one thing if you do it this way, sometimes it looks like you might get the very bottom edges and you don't. So I always turn it around like this so that I make sure I get the other side. And Then once I got that part done, I took a really good look and I still could see little spots. So I just still went over the little spots that I missed. So once I had them all dry, that I'm just going to hot glue 4 along that brim of each one of those pots. And I just felt like it needed just a little something extra. So that's why I did that. Now I'm going to make a finger bow, and I'm going to wrap my fingers 3 times. So it's going to be a triple finger bow. And then I cut off that extra. I'm going to wrap that loop around that leg around the loops between my fingers. I'm going to come back up and go underneath that wrap, and then I'm going to pull tightly. And I always use my thumb there to just kind of hold that knot down and while I'm pulling. And then after that, I'm just going to trim off the legs there to make them shorter, and then I'm going to hot glue it to my pot. And I made 3 of them and hot glued them to each one of the pots, as you can probably see in the picture there. And that's all there was for this one, you guys. These are all so easy. I don't know why, but I was just in the mood to do something really easy, and these are super easy, and I just love them. I love that daisies. I have to do a video with daisies soon. I just love them. Okay, it is a celebration of your recreation. I only have one for you. Kathy just sent me this. She has this little love bug that she made it look like a ladybug. It is so cute, Kathy. Thank you so much. And if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address that's listed there, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and I am more than happy to showcase them here for you. Okay, DIY number 4. Okay, so I'm going to take some of these succulents. I've got most of them from Dollar Tree. There was a few from Walmart. I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paints in the color ink. I'm going to take 2 of these square dowels I got from Hobby Lobby. I had previously cut them down. Those were extras that I had on hand. These are from a brain teaser from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use these 3 nesting boxes from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off by removing the little metal pieces that were on the front of each one of those nesting boxes. And I'm going to put them aside and save them for later, so after they're painted I can put them back on. And then I painted each one with my ink chalk paint. Once they were dry, I also painted the little beads and those dowels, and I'm going to use my wood glue and hot glue to attach each one of those little beads as feet for my little planter tray here. And then I'm going to get each one. Now, those little beads have holes in the weirdest spots. So I'm always making sure that I have like the holes pointed inward so they're not pointing outward. But yeah, sometimes they'll only have 1, sometimes they'll have 2, but they always have, when they have 2, it's like in the weirdest spots. Anyways, so after I have them all done, I didn't show you, but I did replace those little metal pieces on the front. But I took my dowels here. I'm going to add some wood glue and some hot glue, and I am going to attach this to the bottom piece there, right in the middle of that bigger box. And then I'm going to add my wood glue. Oh, I already had the wood glue on there. I'm going to add my hot glue, and then I'm going to add this one, but I add this off to the side, and I'm just going to hold it there. Now, if you think you're going to put anything heavy on this, or if it's going to be moved a lot, I would recommend maybe using a screw to help hold these down. I don't plan on doing that with these. So then I take my second dowel, and I'm going to do the same thing with the hot glue and the wood glue. And then this one I decide, you know what, I'm going to add wood glue instead of just the hot glue, which I should have done on the bottom one as well. But anyways, I put this one off to the side, and I had the box going the opposite side as the middle one. So then I'm just going to add some of my, sorry, it's not all in frame. It's kind of hard when these pieces get taller to get my camera to for where the angle is of my camera holder to get it to show all of it. I added the floral foam, and then I just started filling it with the succulents that I had. You guys, I think these came from Walmart. I love those. I just think they are so pretty, and yeah, I just love the way they look. And then I did cut them all down so that they didn't stick up too far, because then you would see the boxes are so shallow that you would see the long stem, and I didn't want that. But I just continued cutting them and placing them where I wanted. I did kind of run out, so I added a few little bushes or flowers that looked like they could be part of succulents. And there it is. I really love how this came out. It's very different, very unique, and it's just kind of fun. You have to let me know what you think about it as well. And it's really easy, like I said. Anyway, so the final reveal is coming right up, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and being here and supporting my channel. I truly appreciate it. So again, if you are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you go, and then make sure you guys hit that like button and comment. Make sure you check out Krista's channel and her video, as well as all these wonderful ladies in this playlist. Show them some love. And then with all that being said, you guys, I will be back again on Monday with another video. I'll be back on Thursday of next week as well. So with all that being said, have a blessed weekend, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.